It's up to you. It's up to you. I'm leaving that to you.
Let's get the order. Yeah.
Is it straight now?
It's live right now, sir.
I just don't know that.
And we live.
All right. Let's start it up. The mic is selected, right? All right. Yahanna about the thumb. Yahanna thumb about Shimmy outside. DC scripture breakdown class Wednesday. Every Wednesday we rock it out. Get questions answered. Anything I can't answer, you can get straight, from the source, so to speak. Tomorrow night, Jeremiah Hyman scripture breakdown up there in Harlem. Anything he can answer, again, straight from the source again. He goes straight to command and Yahanna and get it done. You know what I mean? Scripture breakdown class is to make you understand the Bible more and to equip you properly to battle these goddamn Christians that think they know the Bible, who is the greatest, distraction to black people. You know what I mean? They're a mixture of being the enemy, being a plaster for a sore that needs stitching or a wound that needs stitching, and in some cases being the source of the wound, right? Christianity is a drug like no other, and is the opiate, like the philosophers say, religion is the opioid of the masses. If religion is the opioid of the masses, Christianity is the drug of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people, the choice drug, right? Because when it's convenient for us, we all turn to Christianity.
Right.
I mean, whether you're Muslim, Rastafarian, Scientologist, even if you're atheist, you turn to Christianity at some point. And some of you going to be super Christian this coming Sunday, May 14th, so-called Mother's Day. You're going to put on that old sickening Boyz II Men song. You can't live a day without Mama, I love you. Right? You're going to turn Christian on Sunday, super Christian. You get the point? Super Christian on Sunday. And it's to your convenience because you want to make yourself feel good because you're not really honoring your mother. You know what I mean? And next month, you're going to totally dishonor your father. Those of you who could find him. Right. You're totally going to dishonor your father the same way you're dishonoring your mother right now. And Christianity is because of the Christian church. All right. So before we get into it, if there are any questions from anyone online or in the class, we take them first and we go straight in. You might put the title disc over the little disc with the lion, and you could put it right there, right here. Yeah, that's fine. You know what I mean? It'll look just make sure the screen is lined up properly. You sure it's not gonna fall off like that? It's too narrow to turn it the other way. To turn, like if this is the phone, the holder can't go like this.
Oh, see,
it's too narrow. Okay, no sweat. Somebody go out and monitor it on their phone, all right? Hustle about. Let's put it right there. I think that should be too well. All right. Let's put it right there, and you'll be able to angle it or do whatever it is. Just make sure it's tight on the edge table and it don't fall off. Okay. Everything else, we'll fix with time. All right.
Yeah, come on, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Could you speak a little bit on a lot of people, because the truth is spreading, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people find out that, okay, I'm an Israelite, right? I'm a so-called Israelite, and who my father is.
Right.
But what I find is a lot of people, when they find the truth, they find the truth,
mm-hmm.
they run from
okay.
And they're going into a world where they're self-taught, and they end up creating more chaos.
When you say they run from order and what does it say?
Order and you know, they hate the idea of rank.
Okay.
Right. So they, of course, they find, because you know it's the truth has one source.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It has one source, but when they find that the Israelites from here.
Right.
Right. And they'll watch classes and take down scripture breakdowns.
Right.
But they're running from order.
Okay.
And what does that do to them and the people that they even associate with once they've done that?
Okay, so you say like people who find out that they're Israelites, that eventually, like once they find out, they don't fully come in as militant as others, but they would like they learn the knowledge and then they just go around their life. Now to them, it's them just going about their life. They're just learning and going about their life. Okay, it's the same scenario that I was just talking about with the Christianity, right? Christianity is what we rely on when things get difficult, right? The Christian thing is what we rely on. The Christian thing is to go to church and hear something to make you feel good and then go home and continue with your life. You understand what I'm saying? That's the thing to do, right? And say it's the same thing with the knowledge, right? The knowledge, let's start with this one, all right? Give me one second. Give me Revelations 10 and 9, 9 and 10. So lucky. Chapter 10, verses 9 and 10. Give me that. Then give me come on, nigga. Luke 8 and 5. We started. Somebody else hold that.
Luke 8 and 5, sir?
Yeah. We'll start with that. All right.
Come on, sir.
Or you could Luke 8 and 4. We start with 4. And for now, where we at? Revelation 1?
Revelation chapter 10, verse 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up. And it shall make...
That's some Israelite shit. Say, listen, man, give me the little book. Give me the book. I'll have it. Give me the book. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, take it and eat it up.
And
it shall make thy belly bitter. But it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up. And it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter.
Damn. Who could break it down? Who understands it? We'll take a shot. Can you read it one more time?
Revelation chapter 10, verse 9. And I went unto the angel and said unto him, get the book. And he said unto me, take it and eat it up. And it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey.
Now, what are you talking about? Yeah, come on.
What he's saying is he's saying is it's sort of like a like where You need to take this thing. It tastes nasty, but it's good for you. In the long run, it's going to get you.
It don't taste nasty. He said it in your mouth. It's as so it don't taste nasty.
Like so, the book being spoken of here is the law.
Or for our sake, the Bible.
The Bible.
Right?
And he says that the angel warned him that when he eats it, it will be bitter in his stomach, but in his mouth it'll be sweet as honey.
Right.
And he went ahead and he did what the angel. He took it from the angel. He did eat it, and it was sweet, as the angel said.
Right.
But afterwards, his stomach turned bitter.
Mm-hmm.
So, is the sweet in his lips like it's good to speak it?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, 50% is this little more.
Okay.
Right, but you on it.
Okay. So and the bitterness is the reality of it. Like I guess the bitterness is a term, and we today like it's.
Okay, it's hard to stomach, but okay, you gotta break down the why it's hard to stomach.
Because it'll be sweet in the sense that when he speaks it, he likes to speak it, but there's no the results is there.
What do you mean? Okay, what do you mean he likes to speak it?
Because I mean, when you find the truth, you find the law,
Mm-hmm.
you want to speak it.
Right.
That's the sweet part.
Right. You want to tell everybody Christ is black. You tell everybody the Jews is black. You want to show everybody, the Lord, the Ancient of Days did sit with woolly hair, to pull some precept because you wanna, you like to break some shit down, right? Go ahead.
It's not. I would say, but the bitterness is because the world gonna hate you for it, like your family, everything. It's
that too. That part too, but it's like okay. That's the second part of why a person like that doesn't come in. Right, that's the second part. Good God, you can take this fan off here.
Yeah,
that's the second part of the outside one. The outside one. 1, 2. To water. Nah, it's 2. Yeah, it's back on. 2, 3. Yeah, to water. That's the second point, but doesn't come in. Right, go ahead. No, you have some Salaki, brother. I didn't hear. We're gonna work out that song for sure.
Yeah.
So, all right, you were trying to answer, or you just saluting?
Yes, Salaki, so if I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
The part concerning to obey now. Again, it's terrible. Again, they say when they talk about the bitterness in the stomach, because just as they say, it's sweet in your mouth now, right? To tell everybody about, just as you say, the breakdown, the ancients are there, it's it. But when time comes for you to obey, it's like, nah, because now it fall back on you. Because now you're speaking and you can't. Yeah.
That's it. Like, I see why he was laughing so hard. In Trinidad, we have a saying, what's sweet in goat mouth is bitter in his ass. Like our goat. If you know a goat will eat anything. He chewing whatever. He might not necessarily digest it, but he chewing whatever. You get the point? It's the same thing. It's like you learn this truth. You want to talk. You want to tell everybody, and you see you didn't know that. But Jeremiah, when you go to Jeremiah, it says so and so, and look up Habakkuk. You didn't even know it was Habakkuk in the Bible. You on. You turned all the way on. You get the point? But now, just think about in your stomach. What happened in your stomach?
That's where whatever you ate is digested.
It's digested, and what happens now? Your body is absorbing it.
Okay.
You could talk it, but you can't absorb what is being said. You're not learning. You in the truth, The truth ain't in you.
Right.
That's the further down. But these people, they never come in because of that. It's a thrill in the beginning. It's a thrill in the beginning. Let me give you something else too. Hold on. Give me 1 Corinthians 8:1. One where we was at. Where have I called first? What did I call first? Revelation? Right. No, we're going to look after. But after Revelation, 1 Corinthians 8:1. Go ahead. No sweat is on you.
We got it.
Yeah.
All right. No, so you good? You want to go get anyway? So why you use TikTok as an excuse? Just go get your phone.
I need it all the way around.
Well, just go get your phone. Hey, no sweat. You do your thing. 1 Corinthians 8:1.
1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge.
Right now, as touching the things offered unto idols. So once you remember, Paul had told them, for somebody new who coming in from, amongst the Gentiles, let them refrain from food made unto idols, food made with blood, and that's about it in the beginning. So now he's here. Now, as touching things offered unto idols, go ahead.
We know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up.
Puffeth up.
Knowledge puffeth up. But charity edifies.
Right? Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifies. Right? Because in this verse here, in this chapter here, right? He's going into them to see exactly what he's talking about. Right? He's going to now eating the things that they put onto their idols, which could happen, right? As you come in the truth, birthdays start to become a problem. That usually is the first major holiday, unless there's like a Esau holiday in between that's major, like a Thanksgiving or Christmas. But when you start to come in the truth, you hear you can't celebrate birthdays no more. Or kids, you have kids, you letting them know, listen, birthdays, that's evil, that's against the Lord. You're really making yourself a god. You break it down to them, and they might think they can't eat the food, right? At a birthday party, you go to a school, round about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, somebody comes in with a whole ton of pizza and a whole ton of cake. And the little triangle damn hats and the streamers, and it's Sarah's birthday, right? So now, if it's Sarah's birthday, your child is in Sarah's class. They don't have no knowledge of nothing or no wisdom of nothing. They would separate your child because, of course, you tell them you don't celebrate birthdays. You understand? Don't do that. Don't separate the child. Let the child go in there and eat what? Cake. To them, it's birthday cake. To them, this is birthday chicken or birthday pie or birthday sweets or Halloween. You don't celebrate Halloween. You may have to send your kids to school on Halloween, during the Halloween week, when they're dressing up and doing all the candy and shit. Don't force your kids to not take the candy. Why? Because it's candy. To them, it's Halloween candy. You get the point? Of course, your knowledge, you do what? Or start forcing that on somebody else who also, because knowledge puffeth up. You understand? Knowledge puffeth up. So you all right, no Halloween candy, no this, no that, blah, blah, blah. And what will happen is the kids sitting there in a room full of children. You're very, very carnal. They sitting there in a room full of children and watching all the fun and cursing all the little curse words they could form in the little head about you, because you stopping them from what? Birthdays? what does the kid internalize it as? Fun. You get the point? Which is what Paul was trying to break down here. Like concerning things sacrificed to idols, man. Listen, you could eat all that shit once it's lawful. However, don't be a stumbling block onto a young person who might see you eating a piece of cake and think, you know, Mashak celebrate birthdays. Nigga, this is good cake. I don't care if it's, you know, whatever it is. Somebody baked this thing. I'm going to eat it. You get the point? So now he's saying that. Now, the flip side is, again, knowledge profit. Now, you put in something on somebody. So you say knowledge profits up. But what comes after that?
Knowledge puffs up, but charity edifies.
But what?
But charity edifies.
But charity edifies. What is charity?
Given.
Yeah. You get in there. You get in there. You in the neighborhood. You get in there in the neighborhood. Who's that? So what? Hey, what's going on, Ak? You have a up there. Go ahead. He was saying something. He was answering the question. Go ahead, Mapataza.
The meaning of charity means giving.
Say it again.
Charity means to give.
Means giving. Okay, that's part of it, but that's not what charity means in the Bible. Right? Our concept of charity comes from let me not say that. It really comes from the church. That's not what charity means in the Bible. Give me the Bible dictionary, anybody.
Zondervan Bible Compact Dictionary. Charity. Charity in the Bible never means giving to the poor.
Say it again.
Charity in the Bible never means giving to the poor.
Say it one more time.
Charity in the Bible never means giving to the poor.
It never means giving to the poor. That concept comes from the church. You get the point? Because why that concept comes from the church?
Because they want you to give to them.
True, they not the poor.
They want to be seen doing what they're doing.
They want to be seen giving, you know, a little piece of what in their pocket to the poor. You get the point? That's what the church does. You understand? The church does a food drive and it's bread and water. Meanwhile, the Pope dining on sirloin and veal. You know what veal is? Anybody know what veal is? Is the fatted calf. You see the fatted calf they talk about in the Bible? That fatted calf where, and what the veal, the oppressor sells you is not real veal, right? Veal is, okay, this would be an animal you don't let move around too much, right? And he sells you the baby one, right? Veal, real veal is a cow that I believe is the goats and the stuff too fall on that, but it's the cow that where you wouldn't muscles get all hard, right? You build a pen right here, he could only go forward and backward, can't turn, right? You just keep him right there and you feed him a lot, so the meat is very, very tender. The veal the oppressor give you, he takes the calf straight from the mother and ties it somewhere so it can't even get up, and then sells you that. And that's also unlawful because the scripture says, don't I'm paraphrasing, don't any mother's milk, right? That's what it means. Because the oppressor would take the young to sell to you for meat, when that's you let Yeah. Let anything grow. Come on.
The first time I heard the breakdown of that scripture from General Muhammad, mind was so simple. For the Christian church, and they was breaking it down. They were saying that you milk the milk first,
Right.
take the calf, put it in
I put it in the milk and boy. Yeah, that's why. Go ahead.
Not only that, it's also inhumane. What they also do is when they take the baby cow,
Mhm.
they break his legs.
I forgot that part. So they can't even get up to move. They just grow. Like just think of somebody who with all due respect, somebody who is like a paraplegic, either born that way or there for years. They have muscle atrophy because they don't move. Their legs, they don't stand up. So their muscles are the body is softer. You get the point? Just think like that, but they're doing this stuff. Calf. It's just ridiculous. Go ahead.
The calf not long until the chew the cud, right?
I forget it. You gotta let grow. You can't take it in the mother's milk, meaning while it's still nursing. As long as that baby nursing, you leave that thing alone. You get the point? And just just a sidebar, then we get right back on. Okay, Esau, because of the oppressor, how he has things today is because of the spirit of excess. It's not because of what you need to eat. You get the point? It's not because of that. All right. It's because of excess. You get the point? What do I mean by spirit of excess? All right. Let me see. Okay, let me give you an example. When does everybody eat? When's the last time you all eat eggs? This morning? All right, when you crack the egg, you just crack it over the pot. Break it down.
All right, crack it over a bowl. I put it in a bowl.
Why you do that?
Because I'm just not ready to be cooked. But I think I know where you're getting.
Come on, break it down for me then.
Then you broke it down before. Back what people wasn't what people do whenever they were cracking eggs. They would first check to see if it was spoiled, because you're not gonna just throw it in there.
You're not going to throw it in there. You get the point? Because realistically, when you have chickens, some eggs spoil. Some eggs could be bad. 2 of them might be rotten. Now you done crack 2 in the damn pot. You coming for the 3rd one because they're making a fat omelet, and green should come out. Now the whole thing spoiled. So you would crack that egg separately. Each one, pop, you check it through, check it through, check it through. You get the point? Nowadays, brother, when was the last time you got a rotten egg out of the carton? Coming from the supermarket, not from the farmer's market or from some, like those where we go for the lamb slaughter. Out the supermarket, where's the last time you get an egg that turned? See, you know why? Because the eggs is damn near engineered. It's so much go into higher yielding chickens, and chickens with low percentage of wastage and this, that, the other. It's not the more natural way of doing things. You get the point? Because he is production driven and in excess. Like the sister bought some chicken, you could share it out. The sister hand to water. Sis, I appreciate that. And you could share it out too if you want. All right. So his whole vibe is from that spirit of excess. You get the point? So now even what the meat you will have today is not eating what you need. It's not actually, this is you get the point? And you see it when it's time for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. You see how much food people carry home. And you can't even eat all. Thanksgiving leftovers last for what? About 9 days after. There's people who really need help. But the church will give bread and water. Basic bread and water, and Lord be with you, and sign the cross, and that's that. You get the point? Charity never means giving to the poor in the Bible. Read on. What?
But always a God-inspired love, which includes respect for and concern for the welfare of the loved one.
Right? But always a God-inspired love that includes what?
That includes respect for
Mm-hmm.
and concern for
Uh-huh.
the welfare of the loved one.
That includes the respect for and concern for the well. Who's the loved one if you're Israelite? Other Israelites. Charity is one word. Brotherhood. You want to know why they don't come in? They don't have charity. Get the point? They have the knowledge which puff it up. But when you get that knowledge, brother, you got to go, which means what doesn't get fixed? All the shit you was into before. That doesn't get taken care of. That doesn't get sought after. Resources and energy is not poured into that. But now all your resources and energy and skill, talent is poured into this thing for the sake of your nation. You get the point? Now, what happens is when people hear the truth, it's sweet in their mouth. It's sweet to say. It's sweet to talk about, and make a big deal about. I'm too waba. You go ahead and give everybody else. I'm not after, right? It's sweet for that, but now when it comes to actually you absorbing it and then this thing around and going to teach, or just you yourself having to change to be able to go fish, to be able to go teach, that part most people get stopped. It gets stopped as it's from a place of selfishness. And the truth was rough in the beginning for you in your mouth. You quickly found out that this is good to know, but it's better to live. But it's hard to live too. It's really easy. The problem is the life you was living before was not even a life. So now when you actually wake up and you come alive, you realize what life really is. It's like a child falling on skin and knee for the first time. They cry like it's surgery. But that's life. You get the point? They don't come in because that brotherhood is not there. They like to talk about it. But to go stand on the corner with your brothers and face death, I'm going to lose my job. You're crazy. You're going to get me killed out there. People getting killed all the time. Not us. You get the point? That's where it goes. Give me Luke 8:1.
Luke 8:1.
Luke chapter 8, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass afterward that he went throughout every city and village.
It's like an 8 and 4.
Luke chapter 8, verse 4. And when much people were gathered together and would come to him out of every city, he spake by a parable. A sower went out to sow his seed, and as he sowed, some fell by the wayside,
Mm-hmm.
and it was trodden down upon,
Mm-hmm.
and the fowls of the air devoured it. And some fell upon a rock, and as soon as it was sprung up, it withered away, because it lacked moisture.
Mm-hmm.
And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up with it and choked it. And other fell on good ground, and sprang up, and bare fruit and hundredfold.
Mm-hmm.
I said these things, he cried, he that hath ears to hear, let him hear.
Mm.
And his
That's a
disciples
cold
asked him,
one.
saying,
That's a cold one right there. Go ahead.
verse 9. And his disciples asked him, saying, what might this parable be?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, it's like,
So just before you read on, right? He's running it down that this sower is planting these seeds, right? And he's sowing it in different areas and you're getting different reactions from each one, right? You getting the one that fell on the wayside and was trodden down, right? It got all stepped on, and then the fowls of the air just came and ate it. It never got into the ground. You get the point? Go ahead. And so like the one that fell on the rock, it's a hard place, right? It's a hard place. It's not enough for something to grow. Then there's those that fell amongst thorns, and as it's trying to take root, the thorns is coming up and choking the life out of it, choking it right there. And then there's some that fell on good ground and sprung up and bear fruit. When you say threefold, 100-fold, right? Bear fruit 100-fold. To bear that fruit 100-fold, brother, you're gonna have to have brotherhood. You can't just talk it. You can't just listen. It could get to the point where you're not even saying nothing. Because look at me. God damn. It gets to the, like, you might think the work is the teaching. That's definitely the work. But those y'all in here long enough to know that there's a whole lot more that goes on that makes that whole thing possible. There's a whole lot of sleepless nights, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning calls, sacrificing this, sacrificing that, a whole lot more to go to bring forth the fruit. This is the other thing. Some of your work, you wouldn't even be aware of the fruit because it's somewhere on the other side of the nation or the other side of the planet. Or the person is online and just comes into the truth, but it's something you done speaking and said, or they're watching your work or something. You get the point? Or you affect something in some way. You get the point? But if you focus on yourself, it's not gonna translate in your mind what this work would produce. In your mind, what am I doing that for? What's on the corner yelling, looking like you're the idiot, them crazy clothes you all be wearing? That's what they say, right, the warrior? Like, why are you doing that? Forget about the sisters, friends. Says, why are you dressing like that? And you cover it. You know you're Muslimina, huh? It doesn't translate to them because they're so goddamn selfish. Hold on, I'm coming to you. Go ahead, Bukwash.
It's heavy that you say that because there's someone online. The 7K1 says, "Morning, Captain. When will you be back in UK? When will you be back in?"
He said morning. God damn. Shit. When the Lord willeth, brother. I'll say, if the Lord willeth and the creek don't rise, I'll be right back. You get the point? Make sure you in that UK school too. Make sure you get in contact with them brothers over there. You know what I mean? It's definitely good you're watching them over here. But the brothers over there is killing the streets now. God damn. They're lighting that place on fire. Well, I can't even say that shit. I don't know. You get the point? Hold on, come to you. A warrior. So I'm like, good.
Why you get your head wrapped? Even worse, they said, why you share your man?
Why you sharing nothing? It says, I wouldn't put up with that. So and so and so and so. Or you will pick me. You know what I mean? Like, because they're so selfish. And it doesn't augur well for them to work within the body. It doesn't work for them. You get the point? It's just beyond them. All right. Skip to verse 11. Start at 11. Salakia.
For which the word you said, you seem to say unalive.
Man, Salakia. Listen. I'm gonna get a sign. He and you'll see DEAD. You see what? Let me see them flag that shit. Go ahead.
I got a few references if you want to take a pic.
You mean like synonyms for the just see whatever. So you gonna say the shit. All right? Go ahead, warrior.
Verse 11. Now the parable is this. Can I go back to verse 10?
Please, if you want.
Okay. And the disciples asked him, saying, what might this parable be? And he said, unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of God.
Mm-hmm.
But to others in parables that seeing they might not. But to others in parables.
Right.
That seeing they might not see. And hearing they might not understand.
Okay.
Now the parable is this. Deceit, can you break down verse 10?
Verse 10, no sweat. All right, anybody want to try it? Come on.
Okay, I just want to break down that this is Yahanna again, saying that he speaks in a certain way so that those who he wants to understand will understand, and those who he does not want to understand will not understand. That's why it says, and seeing they will not see, and hearing they will not, they might not understand.
Right.
So this is him. Many religious teachers call him the greatest teacher of all time. And this is the greatest teacher making sure you don't understand his lesson.
This is him on teaching. You talk about unaliving. He on teaching, right? He making sure you don't understand nothing he's saying, and that you could read that in Isaiah, I think 28, the 28th chapter where he says it, because there's some people he doesn't want to learn anything, right? He wants you to stay as you are, so he can come back and remove your head from your body, right?
Verse 11.
Go ahead.
Now the parable is this: the seed is the word of God.
Right, so he breaking on the parable now, right? Go ahead.
Those by the wayside are they that hear, then cometh the devil.
No, read it one more time.
Those by the wayside are they that hear, then cometh the devil, and taketh away the word out of their hearts, lest they should believe and be saved.
Right. So that first verse was by the wayside, and then they get trodden on, and the birds come and eat it. They say those are the ones who hear it at first. You hear it, and it's sweet in your mouth. But as you start now digesting this truth, you digesting what you learn, you start getting trials and everything. You start getting problems. And as you get in these problems, what does Satan tell you? You better go celebrate Mother's Day. You know you got to love your mother. You know you got to love her. Go celebrate Mother's Day. And you in class hearing about how Mother's Day is for horrible children who want to honor a horrible parent. You're going to be like, you're just crazy and leave the hell out. You're listening to Satan. Somebody else going to come and tell you you're going to lose your job messing with them crazy Negroes. This, that, the other. It's Satan coming to you and convincing you to abandon ship. You understand? Go ahead.
Like I said, if anybody ever want to see any evidence that Satan is in harmony with Yahanna doesn't want you to get the lesson, and Satan's here to pluck it out.
He working a tag team. Hey, I just drop it on them, Satan. Tap it. They go to the W Raw. Whatever. He coming in there to make sure you don't get, which is why you're gonna have to buckle down and do this thing. And this it's so strange because we could buckle down and do anything. You go talk to a college student in the third year. Ask them how much ramen they eat and how much water only they're drinking. You ever go to a college dorm and see the fridge? Is it stacked like how your fridge is stacked now? A college fridge, brother. You might as well unplug the fridge because there ain't nothing in there to refrigerate. There's nothing in there. Go ahead.
So like, I got a homie in North Carolina. He's from New York. Howard University. I met him in the senior year, and like towards the end, almost the middle of the year, he was talking about he was going to quit and go home. I'm like, I couldn't understand.
I mean, I could understand it. I could understand all that. But did he do it? I understand that. Wanting to do something don't mean nothing. You could sit right here. You could want to knock somebody's teeth in. Wanting to do it is not a problem. It is what is if you act on that want. It's not an issue, and that's my point. We could buckle down and go through some hard times for some. He wanted that degree. So if it means hungry, some of them college students eating once a day. Once a day. You ever look at them doctors? A lot of them doctors who, you know what? They don't eat. You know how you eat and you get tired? They don't understand that, so they eat stuff that don't get them tired. That stuff also doesn't put any weight on it. You get the point? Like they trim all the way down and burn the midnight oil It gets so bad. Some of them just go get the cocaine just to get the rush to keep studying. A lot of them doctors, so like, well, I ain't gonna say all, but some they drug addicts because they want to keep going and keep studying. We could put ourselves through a whole lot for something we want, but this duty is a selfless duty. Now there's some reward up in here though. There's definitely some reward, but it ain't that thing that you would pursue in the world because you done went to school on XYZ. You get the point? I think the brother was sitting there too, because he might be come back out in a second. No, yeah, he not there. I think he's in the restroom. Right? So you could push yourself through something. Forget about you joining the military. That first 6 months, brother, or how much months it is? 3 or 6? 3 months of boot camp, right? With some devil yelling in your face and calling you all kind of names and they shaving your head and you put your face in the mud and get up 4 o'clock and make your bed. You don't make your bed now. You get up at 4 o'clock and fold it to 90 and crease down and you know what I mean, and do all kind of nonsense going. God damn. You gotta go in there and lava up. You gotta get extra foamy. You put yourself through all kind of shit because that's something you want. You get the point? You want that thing. This thing here this is what the Lord wants. And oftentimes, as is unknown in the Bible, a ton of scriptures, a ton of examples. What the Lord wants is not what man wants. That's just the reality of it. However, the Lord gets what he wants over your dead body or not. It's up to you if you want to help him. Help being an example to everybody. Like we could put through something, but when it comes to this, we find reason and plausible reasons to not just go through whatever the process is that makes you. Right? You talk to any professional, they talk about them years in college or the sacrifice work in this internship that don't pay. How much are you all going to volunteer to work somewhere that ain't paying you? And you ain't even sure they're going to keep your dumb ass. But you showing up running for coffee. Remember, Peter, he had some show having them walking all over New York, but they thought he was going to get a record deal. Where they are now, you don't even know their name, but you know who Diddy is. But that's something they want. You'll do all of that. But shit, to put on a headpiece and come down the corner and don't get high no more. Man, listen, man, I watch your videos. I click a like. You get the point? That's what Israel is battling with. All right, keep reading. Look at verse 13.
They on the rock are they which when they hear receive the word of joy, and these have no root.
They on the rock. When they hear it, they receive it with joy. That's like the honey mouth again. Right? But they ain't have no roots. They ain't have nothing to, get down into and hold on. So what happens? You get taken away or uprooted or without roots eventually. What's roots used for? Go ahead.
Which for a while believe, and in time of temptation fall away.
And if fall away because why? Go ahead. Well, okay, just think the metaphor. Roots. What is roots used for?
Secure you into the earth.
Okay, that's one of the attributes of roots, but there's something else. The plant eats. The plant eats through the roots. You get the point? The leaves and stuff is to trap that light, help with the whole, system of the plant. But the nutrients comes through the roots. If you are not eating, eventually it's gonna die. You get the point? So that's what's going on here. You watch each of these examples, it's one or the other or all, and that's why some people they just can't make it over. They know the truth, and they say it. Man, I know what you're saying is right, but and then there's a whole roster of excuses, and it's the same excuses everybody give you because it's the same demon they're fighting. You get the point? Go ahead.
Verse 14. And that which fell among thorns are they which, when they have heard, go forth and are choked with cares and riches and pleasures of this life, and bring no fruit to perfection.
Brother, it's just, you come in the truth, brother. You wanna you wanna succeed. Succeed is not the right word. You really want the truth in you and not just to be in the truth. Don't care about nothing. And it's easier said than done. It's not easy. It's not, it's a difficult concept. It's a difficult thing. But the more things you have cares for, the harder it is for you to do something like this. It's just difficult. You go join the Israel military, you could go die in some desert, some abandoned building. But in your mind, it's worth it while you're fighting for who you love, right? You're fighting for your nation and this and that and blah, 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 blah. But you wouldn't stand on a podium and fight for your nation. That's why I say it comes down to the brotherhood is going to drive you to do it. Like and just put yourself back when you first heard the truth. You was all fired up and you was like, man, I'm gonna get done with this thing and I will gain the work. And each of you all had somebody who came in with you or somebody who, you discovered the truth at the same time was wrong when you discovered it. And that person ain't have that thing you had, right? You come in here, you best believe you love your people, because you can't not love your people and do this job. It doesn't work. It can't. You're not going to do it. You're absolutely not going to do it because you don't love your people. There's something here where it's like I'm doing this for the nation, this for nothing else. Without understanding that precepts and scriptures and this and that, but brotherhood ain't there. They'll debate all day and argue all day. That's what Cesarea be battling up in New York with them Egyptologists. He comes in with the brotherhood. You also how he had to check polite wife and stop. In the middle of the battle, he had to solve a marital problem. He had to be Dr. Phil and Steve Harvey for this fool because of brotherhood. But they used to be battling amongst each other for no gain. For what? Clout for 6 months? For Sonetta calling your name? But what have they done as a community? What have they done to further help people to do this, to do that? Nothing. They provide entertainment at best. And they have no brotherhood in there. They all hate each other. They have zero brotherhood. They wouldn't sacrifice for each other. What polite say, the black community done helping me pay my bills. I went straight to white people. You get the point? It's zero brotherhood, even though he knows what? Who the oppressor is. He knows all the unlawful killings of black men, all the mass incarcerations of black people. He knows all of that. But now to digest and doing something, no, I ain't doing that. It's selfishness. That's what it really boils down to. Now, of course, you ask them, they're gonna package it different for you. They're gonna wrap that shit up. Some of you might believe the excuse that. You might be like, yeah, they're really going through something. It really just comes down to selfishness. You're just concerned about yourself, and you really don't have time to sacrifice for anybody else. You know this, you know them precepts, and you good with that. You have your candlelight Passover dinner, you alone in that house, and I don't know, sing hymns after them with the hymn, but to raise up.
I was going to say the scripture that helped you to stop that selfishness by just
the scripture ain't help you. The Lord called you. That's what happened. The Lord called you, brother, and you just answered the call. Yeah, you could go once the Lord called you and he calls you. There ain't no way you could go. There ain't no way you could. You just have to decide: am I gonna hear him and do what he say, or am I gonna, enjoy the novelty of it? You know what they are like? This time we move on to the next one. somebody who loves the chase in a relationship, right? Somebody who loves the butterfly phases and the but when it comes to the actual building something, selfish. You get the point? Just selfish. You can't be like that if you're going to build anything. You can't, building something is just not, and being selfish, it doesn't go together. You're gonna have to be selfless. And that's really what's going on with them. Lord be them. They could strengthen up. Something might happen in their life, might change their mind, might pick them up some more, or they might like, damn, look at that, and just keep going the other way. That's fine. You get the point? That's fine. Ain't no sweat. There's plenty soldiers and plenty sisters out there who actually, it's sweet in the mouth, and even though it's bitter in the stomach, they gird their loins and march forward. That's what good in your loins. That's like an old school way of saying, like, so I will tell you, in the islands they say band your belly, band it up, get ready to go through something, because now I really had to push through this adversity. You get the point? And so don't worry about them on the side. Just what you want to do is, because you're not selfish, you continue the work. So one day you need a place to come, you have the door open for them. You understand? You're not selfish. They are. All right. Good to go with that? Any more? Go ahead. Oh, it's lucky. Go ahead.
But that on the good ground are they within an hour, having heard the word, keep it and bring forth fruit with patience.
Right? They have heard the word, they keep it. You keep it, you hold on to it. The scripture say, buy the truth and sell it not. You understand? You keep it, you hold on to it, and you bring forth what? Good fruit with patience. Why does it say bring forth good fruit with patience?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead, so
because this is not like, as you say, a process where it will rush now. It take time, just like, as you say, planting a tree, you put the seed in the soil, and then everything is a process now. So now you know how to have that patience with it. Otherwise, if you don't have that patience, it wouldn't really grow. So, like, basically, like
exactly. If you don't have that patience, you could either try to rush the process and kill it trying to grow, or not pay it any attention, and they don't. You're not, the attention is enough. You got to be patient. Same way like how we was breaking down before with Esau and the excess. Our society is such an instant society with everything. Instant food, instant coffee, instant gratification. There's no process anymore. The whole process is just eliminated from everything, which makes you damn near just at the point. Yahanna? No sweat. Oh, Warren, you good?
Okay. On the same analogy, Esau, he has like, he can't even do the proper steps. He has a pill. Lose weight like a damn day or two.
Brother, listen, come this years ago. If our oppressor comes up with a pill that make you wake up white with blonde hair, black people is going to take that, you know what I mean? Insane. Jackson probably had it. I see his kids the other day. Man, I want to sue them niggas and tell them I'm not Michael Jackson's son, because I can't believe them niggas getting all that damn money. He left them something ridiculous and all that. This man went to Russia and people just fall out faint. He come on the stage and he just come out and stop and stand up. Then he's got to tap his foot. And people just faint. This is for the crowd after. It's such a strong smell of youth. The woman was out there having full out gasms. It's like a little bit. In the front stage, you ever seen it? Michael, man, just pass out. Everything is loose there. She gone. The carter over the crowd to the front. So much just smelled disgusting. And he out there, brother, that nigga left them a lot. I'm trying to tell you. That I don't understand it. I don't understand that. Michael, shit, man. Goddamn. You are, I'm about to see you on that shit. You couldn't make a black child and get them all them riches to somebody of your own people.
Bill Gates and Warren Buffett vowed they're not going to leave any of their kids any money. They're going to give it away, but not to their kids.
Them niggas lying. It's a lie. I ain't believe it. I ain't saying they ain't say it, but them niggas is lying. They is lying. An oppressor not giving his money to his children. Listen, Biden giving everything to that boy, and he a crackhead. he giving him full support. Go ahead.
So both of them said that that's a form of welfare, and they don't support welfare.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Who this? Who you said it was?
Warren Buffett and Bill Gates.
And whatever, Warren. So who you gonna give it to, niggas?
They give it to their parents. They set up these organizations.
And who the charity name in?
Their name.
Bullshit. Charity son name. They ain't giving that shit away. Them niggas work too hard to steal. Stealing is work too, you know. They work too hard to steal all that wealth. That thing stay in the family. Don't ever be mistaken with these oppressors, especially that high up. They fully understand lineage and line, and that's a form of charity. Why your kids in the first place? Good.
Like the Esau language, when he said he's not going to give them their money, it's probably the same situation when Donald Trump and his father, where it's like Donald Trump was like, I started from the bottom.
Right.
I came up by myself.
Right.
My dad only gave me $2 million.
Only $2 million.
Just to start off.
Yeah, that's him not leaving you nothing. It's not like, our fathers and mothers saying, you on your own, kid. Right. It ain't that. It ain't that. Them niggas going, he only left me 85. Right. It didn't get to Mark 1. Let's go to Paris, Scotty. That's their life. Is he leaving them nothing? That ain't happening. Go ahead.
My father gave me a small loan.
A small loan. Tiny.
Right.
Small loan. You give the average nigga a small loan of $1 million, he's slapping everybody. Yeah. He's slapping you walking around just flat out. Slapping everybody. You know what I mean? All right. Any more questions? Or let's get them real quick, all right?
Jaheim Zansa says, Shalom, Adawan. What should I do today? Today is my grandmother's so-called birthday, and she asked me, she was like, you didn't tell me happy birthday. Then my auntie was like, you didn't tell her happy birthday, trying to vex me to saying happy birthday to her. And they know I don't celebrate birthdays, but just because it's my grandmother's birthday, I guess I'm supposed to bend to her will. And no, I did not tell her happy birthday. He said that with his chest.
Say it for your chest, nigga. Go, give him a hand out. Listen, that young brother battling there. He's battling. And listen, them things is good to remember as you grow in the truth. Because as you grow in the truth, you're gonna start to get really burdened up in here. I'm trying to tell you, if you want your life, don't become an officer. You come up in here, you're an officer, brother. You're gonna get work, and it's going to be work, and you're gonna be required to produce that thing. You had to remember them days, because them days keep you going. I remember when I had to battle them and all of them there, and they calling me devil. I'm just sitting there and just laughing, like, yeah, this is how the prophets must have felt. Yeah, young boy. Remember them days. What's his name? Jaheim Zansa. You keep battling, brother. And you listen. You go tell your grandmother you're not telling her happy birthday because God doesn't like it.
Right.
Grandma, nan, moms, whatever. This is nothing personal. I love you to death, and because I love you, I will obey God. God says He does not like the birthday celebration. Now, you might celebrate it, that's fine, but for your life, for the sake of your life, I'll obey God so that He gives me more time with you. You go tell her that, brother. You don't even argue back with them. Don't even blame on them. And you just leave it as that. You just leave it as that. You get the point? Now, your auntie and your mother then might come to you after and say, listen, boy, something, something, something. You tell them, you don't love grandma. Because if you love grandma, you wouldn't celebrate the birthday. And you're going to try to celebrate Mother's Day. You don't love her either. You don't love her then. You don't love her now. You're doing this for yourself to make you feel good. You get the point? You're going to go into the Mother's Day and you're going to get the whole spirit of the thing. But you don't have to disrespect your grandmother or your auntie or to start disrespecting you. And even then, you could hold your peace up. You could hold your peace because, okay, at that point, what happens is misery loves company. You get the point? Misery loves company, brother. And you starting to take hold of something that makes them feel ashamed of their life. And because because you make them feel ashamed of their life, they have to out your light. They have to try to, get you to go back on their side because this is what they grew up with, XYZ. When that ain't had nothing to do with it. Give me John 3, not 3 and 16, 3 and 14. What city is he in?
He said he was in Florida. He said he was in Florida.
He's in Florida. Okay, no sweat. Hold on. No, 3 and 19. That's what I want. John 3 and 19.
Book of John, chapter 3, verse 19. And this is the condemnation that light is come into the world.
You know what the problem is with especially Christians? People in the world, this is the problem. This is the condemnation. This is everything that you're going to be charged with. Light came into the world. Go ahead.
And men love darkness.
But men love darkness. Men love absolute darkness. Men love it. We live in a society, brother, where the drug culture is, worse than any other time in history. The drug culture is just, it's normal. It's normal. Brother, the other day I was driving in the car and I'm thinking like, you know how normal you have to have it in your mind to put a cigarette lighter in every car. Now, if you want heated seats, that's an option. But why the hell I have to have a cigarette lighter in my car? I don't smoke. But that's how normal it is for them. You had to request remote start. So in the dead of winter and 5 degrees Celsius, your cold ass sit in that car while that bitch warms the hell up. But the cigarette lights are there though. You could and light up while you're getting warm. That's so normal. It's ridiculous. Like that's not an option. Why can't Chris? And not, I don't need it. But once again, this place is against it. Men love darkness. Men love it. And light came into the world, but nobody don't want that light, brother. Nobody don't want that light. Think about you sleeping on your off day. You mind's extra tight. Some of y'all be taking a clothespin and closing up the seam so light can't come in. Somebody come in and open that shit up. You is cussing like 10 devils and then pulling the damn blanket over your head. And then you're going to cuss some more because you can't go back to sleep. That's people in the world. That's you telling them, don't eat pork. Don't eat shrimp. Don't celebrate Mother's Day. Don't celebrate birthdays. That's what, and you look at the reaction from them and you wonder why. It's the same thing like you sleep and the light come on and you're like, what the, take the light on. You damn near bring lights and buy a bulb later because you love the darkness, because in the darkness you're comfortable in the sleep. You're comfortable in whatever, whatever's going on at the time. You get the point? You can hit that light right there by the door, brother. Hit that light right there, right? Go.
And then love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
Because what?
Their deeds were evil.
Because what?
Their deeds were evil.
Any argument you ever get into because of the truth, for whatever's going on in the truth, that person is arguing with you not because of the precept, not because what they say in the argument is about. They're arguing with you because they have to go back and do that thing they was doing, and you out here acting like, look at you man, y'all heard it before. Man, I see you come, man. You acting like you're better than everybody. What, you don't know nobody now? You still hit it? You don't know nobody now? You don't do this? That's really what happened. And once you understand that, it's easier to deal with them in the beginning. You damn near reciprocate the energy because you think they really, they love you, but they just don't know the truth. No, they know this is light. They know it. They just rather it be dark. That's all. They just rather it be dark. And once you understand that, you're not battling them on, come, look at this, but it says it here. Look, Jeremiah. You start reading like you at camp in the house. This have nothing to do with the Bible. This got to do with that giant crab leg in the crisper in the damn fridge. This got to do with the pork in the fridge. This got to do with whatever they're doing. This got to do with Auntie's friend who got 5 different names and drive 5 different cars. You get the point? This got to do with that. It's breathing coming down in the house where your sister, you're covering your head now and you're looking just better and brighter. Or your brother and you're growing that beard and you had that glow, and first thing brothers pick their afro out and you're just looking good. That thing, it just condemns the spirit. It's conflict. You don't have to do nothing. You'll experience it before. I just walk in the room and they start going, I ain't even do nothing. That's why, brother, they want to sleep. Let them niggas sleep. Just let them sleep, brother. Just let them sleep. Some people, you can't wake up. You gotta go and, hello, hey, wakey. Sometimes you have to do that shit. Like children, you ever know, once you get experience with kids, you can't, hey, time to get up. That shit don't work. They get up angry and, hey, wakey, how you doing? Hey, I'll give you 10 more minutes. All right. Yeah, wake them up so the whole day go smooth now. Some people you have to do that. And of course, grandmother and aunt, super Christians, brother, you gotta, don't even fight it with them. You're doing the absolute right thing. How old he say he is again? 15? I think he's about 15 years old, brother. You just keep fighting, man. You just keep fighting and stay disciplined and call for counsel and stay on the path, brother. You're going to raise up people, and guess what? The Lord going to get about 10 ribs, and you're going to make children. And that grandma, that mother, and that auntie, guess what they're going to do with your babies? You say, look at my little, he's an Israelite. Say shalom, cheeky puffs, puffy face. Say shalom. I ain't never seen it go no different, brother. Once the Lord starts to, give you power, and even as a trooper of 50, he starts to give you power because you now different and you're doing things that's powerful. Israel is carnal. So they're not just going to respect you in the house with shorts and a wife beater and playing PlayStation. Jeremiah says so-and-so. But you out there doing something, and they're seeing people, listening to you, and you going to Passover and this and that, and you have a child and children and babies, and they're all saying shalom, and they see that, and it's like, wow, he really doing something, or she's really doing something. They still may not agree with you, but they're gonna start to respect you. They're gonna start to want to get. So focus on that. Focus on getting the power, brother. Focus on becoming a tool for the Lord to use. That your work is just wherever you go. Just focus on that thing right there, brother. Listen, wait till you had to bring the whole camp to help Granny out. Wait till that thing happened. Wait till that thing happened when she had a you boys want anything to eat? eats. While everybody eats, and she pull you aside and say, I'm mighty proud of you, boy, so and so and so and so. One brother in here, I ain't gonna call his name. Yeah, one of his family members was helping us, working something out with us that we needed some help with. She said, normally I charge X amount of dollars for this thing here. And I'm only helping you all out because of him. So I said, what do you mean? She said, whatever you all did with that boy, I know it because where he is now from where he was before, whatever I could do to help you all, I'm going to help you all. That's what you want. That's what you want. She said this whole thing, John. What you talking about? Listen, whatever he was doing before, I thought he was done in life. But I see him doing something here and now. And if y'all is the reason for that, this is what her exact word. She said, everybody in DC need to come to y'all. That was her word. She said, I don't even believe what you're. She said that out her mouth. But she said, if you could do that with my so-and-so, hell, whatever y'all need, I could help. I said, well, all right, cool. Hey, don't sweat. I'll take that. You know what I mean? And he's a young brother. You get the point? So to Jaheim, you just stay on the path, brother. You stay on the path. You be graceful with them. You know what I mean? Like the scriptures say, knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth. You have the knowledge, so don't get puffed up with them. You could check them if they start to get disrespectful, but the brotherhood is what's going to edify. That's what's really going to, wake them up and convict the spirit and make them see. And listen, the Lord going to send something in there for them to start to look at you different real soon. Don't even worry about it. All right, anything else?
There's a comment online says, yep, my family said my husband controls me because I'm never around. Said, nope, y'all drink too much. And there's two questions from the same brother, and it was an ignorant African that was on.
No, so let's get.
The question was from Preliminary Sports.
Mm-hmm.
He says, please show me in the scripture where the Bible states that Esau is completely hopeless in salvation. And he also asks, come
on, something harder than that, man. That's a little easy. Give me Obadiah real quick. Just give me Obadiah real quick. Go ahead.
Like so this cat commentary is weekly. It's just disregarding all. Like you said, it ain't got nothing to do with the scriptures. I'm willing to put money on it. He has a white rib.
He has a white rib or white mother.
A white mother,
right? Or he might be white himself. I don't know. But he's battling something. And okay, go ahead. Oh, that's him. Okay, so this is the one? Okay, he's a brother. You sure? I think the brother asked a question last week. I may have snapped on him a little bit. It's like you're working on myself. All right, brother. But I wanted to apologize to you, brother, if you felt I came out your neck. Sometimes I talk to myself up here, and I do. I apologize, brother. That's the brother, right? Okay, so what's going on with him? You have a white wife or something? His mother?
I guess the Lord is bringing him this way, but he said by the end of the year I'll be Christian. But I said, come to class and you'll see. Okay, no sweat. Ain't no sweat. What's really going on with him is like, again, he's not at the point yet where he could come and do a selfless work like Officer Kazak. He can't do that selfless work, like Officer Barak, Officer Warrior, Officer Kazak, Officer Bakwashi, Officer Shapat, the sisters, Ayamla, Wana, and Thoma. He can't do that selfless work just yet. But you can't help by asking these questions, which is great. Give me one in Obadiah. All right, give me Obadiah for thy violence, and then none shall be left. Right, read his question one more time.
He said, he says, please show me in the scripture where the Bible says that Esau is completely hopeless in salvation. He's
complete salvation. All right. Now, salvation means you're going to be saved from something. Right. Go ahead.
The book of Obadiah.
Right. This is Obadiah. You're going to find it in the Bible. Right. Go ahead.
Chapter 1, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob shame shall cover thee,
Go ahead.
and thou shalt be cut off forever.
So wait, hold on. So if Esau gonna get salvation, ain't he had to be around to get saved? He had to be alive, right? At least. What I will say, he gonna be what?
Thou shalt be cut off forever.
For a little bit of time.
Forever.
For a short period.
Forever.
For just by and by.
Forever.
For a few thousand years.
Forever.
To the brother who asked the question, God said Esau will be cut off forever. You know what? You know how long forever is? Forever. Esau cut off forever. Now, if he gonna get salvation, he gonna have to be alive to get saved, dog. Shit. Get the point? Just stop trying to save him. That's all. Just stop trying. You stop trying to save him.
Right, sir. The thing about that question, it's frustrated me for so long, is that we teach that no heathen nations are going to get. Somehow they always want us to prove Esau. Nobody ever comes to say, prove to me the Eskimos are not going to get salvation.
Right, the Samoans. You know what I mean? You don't care about Dwayne the Rock Johnson mother. Her people need salvation too. They're starving on that old island down there, the bottom of down Australia. You know what I mean? They need salvation too. You don't care about nobody else but the white man. I mean, the oppressor. Go ahead.
Like, what gets me is, most of us try to be African. They don't even say nothing about the Africans.
Oh, you ain't trying to save the Africans, man? What about the kids on the border? The same brother who asked the question. What about the kids on the border right now? There's kids on the border right now in them detention centers that they lost the paperwork for, they disappearing from the detention centers, being sex trafficked, sleeping on the foil. They're building the bridges, so they're just putting the fence up, and they had to sleep in a kind of encampment. What about them? Do they need saving? You show me the scripture that says that they do not need saving. You asked for the scripture that says the oppressor is not going to get salvation. I gave it to you. Show me the scripture that says we don't have to worry about I.S.U.P.K or the tribe of Levi over there in Haiti going through it. Show me the scripture that says we don't have to worry about that. Right? Since the officer here going to be Christian, you got to produce your cause. Right? What you're going to find out is that Christianity is very shallow and left wanting. Right? The Israelite school of U.P.K is the home of the truth since 1969, undefeated. We are 1,000 million and old. Right? There's nothing you can say or do or ask that you're not going to get the answer for. But the problem is you don't really want answers. What you want to do is to justify to yourself why you don't come and do the same thing off of such a God. You want to give yourself a good reason to look yourself in the mirror and know that you can't. You're not strong enough to go help your people, but you're strong enough to help the white man. Though, go help him. Right? That brother, what's his name? Jordan Neely. Jordan Neely. Who needed saving? Jordan Neely on the New York subway, or the white man who choked him to death? Who needed saving? That's the oppressor that choked him to death. Right? Who needed saving? George Floyd or Derek Chauvin? Okay, he was kneeling down on my time. He might need some help on them knees. Which one needed saving? You asking for a precept for that, talking about I'm aggressive. I'm gonna take back this apology, I sometimes need to just Broad Street bully some of these people and offend the hell out of them. They go home and they're still cussing and whatever. Good Negro. I done woke his spirit up. You mightn't like me, but you're gonna love the truth. Hell, go ahead.
Both those cases with Neely and George Floyd, they had help. The person that was killing them, they came to them.
Listen, the brothers done gone, and the oppressor's still alive, and he's still trying to help them. He's trying to win the race. He's still trying to get them performance enhancing drugs out. He's still trying to get them training tips. So like, you could go out in the brother. You might ask for a transfer. I don't know. You work with him. So like, I'll just apologize. I know. I'll apologize till next week to you for this one. All right, no sweat. Any more?
James says, what's the biblical name for the whites?
Japheth. Your pie. Give me Mother's Day. Give me somebody pull up the history of Mother's Day. 20 more minutes, and we rocking. Right? What are the holiday coming up this month?
First fruit.
Give him a hand. Pull out here, warrior. Warrior, pull me back right in perspective. I ain't worried about nothing else. That's good. That's the real right there. Feast the first fruits. Hell. To hell with whatever Esau got going on. Okay, so now we have Mother, right? Let's get some history on Mother's Day and see where it comes from, right? See if you can pull up a picture of Anna Jarvis. I believe that's the woman name. Let me make sure. Yeah, damn, that question, boy. That question. Is Anna Jarvis, right? Or Anna Jarvis? Anna Jarvis. Somebody pull up a breakdown of the Mother's Day.
Mother's Day is a celebration honoring the mother of the family or individual, as well as motherhood, maternal bonds, and the influence of mothers in society. It is celebrated on different days in many parts of the world, most commonly in the months of March or May. It complements similar celebrations honoring family members such as Father's Day, Siblings Day, and Grandparents' Day.
I ain't never hear about Siblings Day. For real? That probably is the worst holiday out. Because ain't nobody love their siblings out. We ain't buying shit. Nigga, I ain't buying shit for your big head. F you then, nigga. And you hang up. Good.
I don't know if you seen the news recently. That devil who traveled for miles to come to his brother. It was recently in the news. He came. He knocked on the door.
Where he came from?
I forget where he came from, but it was a 8-hour drive or something like that. He came to kill his brother.
So nowhere on that drive, like he heard a song that made him think about, the good times. Nothing. God damn, he got commitment. He got real commitment. But your friend need to save him. He should have been saving that one. He over here asking me questions. That devil needed saving. Go ahead, warrior.
A Long Beach man died in a shootout with police after he shot his brother to death and wounded his sister-in-law in Utah, investigators said.
Long Beach is what? That's
he drove from Utah to California. Jeffrey Roberts, 66, showed up armed at his brother's Utah home and shot him shortly after the man entered the door. A doorbell camera captured video and audio of the April 27th shooting.
That's wild.
As well as Roberts' subsequent shootout with officers.
That's wild. I don't know. Pissed in a cereal or something. He got to have did so. Give him a wet willy or a wedgie or something. He did something that that's all I can stand.
And he was like, she's such and such. He's like, oh, really? And he got mad.
Yeah, send me that shit. So he said, where's mom? But she over there. He said, oh, really? That ain't got nothing to do with mom. He was making sure mom wasn't there. That's it. Where's mom? Or she not here? Oh, say it ain't so. Yeah. I got something for you. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's Cain. That is Cain. That is Lamech. That's them. Go ahead.
Cain and Abel situation.
Shit, he ain't Abel. It's Cain and Ain. That's who that is. That's Cain and Ain. Abel was on the subway in New York. That's what it was. That oppressor was mad. He couldn't dance like that boy. He wasn't fly like that boy, suffering and poor. and full of mental afflictions and still flyer than him. You got to feel so goddamn inferior as an oppressor when you see black people. Like, and that's the thing. That's why we should really get off these drugs and get off being so goddamn depressed. Because these oppressors, they walk around with their head high and all that nonsense, but they go home and research how to be black. They go and spend all day and night trying to dance like you and look like you and talk like you. And you walking around getting depressed and simple trying to save the dumbass. You listen, we are so much better than them, man. And they got a serious inferiority complex. Absolutely just, wowed by you. And if you dare to show any spirit, it offends them. It just, they're just mad for no goddamn reason at you. For what? For nothing. So, where we at? Mother's Day? Where you got your part? Go ahead, come on now.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 14. And thy renown went forth among the heathens for thy beauty, for it was perfect.
For thy what? For thy what?
For thy beauty.
For thy beauty. You just remember that when you're on your worst day. Just look in the mirror. Put that, face lotion, whatever you do, all that dead up. Your sisters get them baby hairs and all. Fix the kitchen in the back. And you say, I'm more beautiful than the oppressor. You make sure you tell yourself that. How they like to talk about these affirmations with sage and shit. You don't need none of that shit for this. The Bible say you're more beautiful than him. Go ahead.
For it was perfect.
Comfort was what?
Perfect.
Ooh.
Through my comeliness.
Perfection, boy. Perfection is black, Hispanic, Native Indian people. You trying to save something imperfect, Negro. The Bible say perfection is us. You worrying how to save something imperfect. Let that thing die, man. Let it go. Let it go. I don't know how else to tell you. That's it, Tripod? Come on, I'm trying to get to this Mother's Day thing on. Come on, go ahead on.
Through my comeliness, which I had put upon thee, saith the Lord God.
Right, the Lord put that spirit on us, man. The Lord put that spirit of everybody, man. Everybody want to be, the 12 tribes of Israel in some way, form. Yeah, they were showing me the video. I've seen it before, but this one is just even more modern. With I think it's the Filipinos, how they have the subculture trying to be Vatos. Oh man, the Chicano culture, brother. One of them walk up in here, brother. I'm gonna question him because he the Converse, the straight khakis, the plaid shirt, the button right here, or the vest, the whole. You know what I mean? And I don't think they're talking Spanish, but they're sure looking like like I.S.U.P.K, and they in love with the Chicano. Another video I done seen with the Moabite, like the so-called Chinese. He do something like shampoo his hair and put some rubber bands on it, take the shit out, and he got an afro. Shit. You can come up in here and say, yeah, my daddy is Tiger Woods. I'm blazing. I'm gonna be like, go make me some General Soul chicken. Everybody wanna be you. Everybody wants to be you, man. And we gotta realize that. We gotta realize that and have a certain amount of esteem and get out of this, the heavy spirit that we have that be really keeping us back from shit. We be listening to them demons instead of listening to the Lord. You know what I mean? All right, Mother's Day. Go ahead.
I know we're running from the time. I know we're about to dive into it, but I do want to ask, on side note to the history and origin of Mother's Day, but also could you break down the spirit behind Mother's Day? Just the spirit behind it in general.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I want to get into. That's what I definitely want to get into. All right, who reading?
Oh God. While some countries have a multi-century history of a day to celebrate mothers, the modern American version of the holiday began in the United States in the early 20th century at the initiative of Anna Jarvis, who organized the first Mother's Day service of worship and celebration at Andrews Methodist Episcopal Church in Grafton, West Virginia,
which
serves as the International Mother's Day Shrine today. It is not directly related to the many traditional celebrations of mothers and motherhood that have existed throughout the world over thousands of years, such as the Greek cult to Cybele, the mother deity Rhea, the Roman festival.
Skip back up to that. That's important. Start that again.
Such as the Greek cult to Cybele.
Sybil.
The mother deity Rhea, the Roman festival of Hilaria, or the other Christian ecclesiastical Mothering Sunday celebration.
Right. That's really the root of Mother's Day. Right. That's really where it starts. Not really where it starts, but that's the root of it. Right. The root of it comes in idol worship. It's another god you're really honoring, which is why it's in traditionally Mother's Day is in May, because May is Maya, right? Which is that, which goddess is that? It's Gia, but okay, what is Maya? Maya is what, the Roman version? Gia is the Greek, Maya is the Roman, and Gia is another form of Sybil, right? Let's read it again. What they say about Sybil?
Such as the Greek cult to Sybil, the mother deity Rhea, the Roman festival of Hilaria, or the other Christian.
You got it. Read that part again with Sybil.
As such as the Greek cult to Sybil, the mother deity Rhea.
The modern, the mother deity Rhea. So Sybil and Rhea is the same person down there, right? They say the cult to Sybil, Rhea, right? Rhea is another name of one of their gods, that mother god. Sybil and Maya is a ton of the Roman gods is the same Greek gods. They just changed the name, right? So, but even before that, you have it with Astar and Astarte, right? Which again, Mother's Day come right after what? Easter, right? The same fertility thing, but it's the worship of that mother god, right? Was the okay, and they push it on you when you don't know. You all remember that cartoon Captain Planet? Now remember they used to report to a woman. What was the woman's name? Gaia.
Oh yeah.
Right? And she was the earth. She was the mother earth. Right? The whole earth thing that comes from the Greeks and them because Gaia, right? Is he say they push it on you early, so that now as you grow and it's not that difficult for you to just fall into the whole thing. Right? Keep reading. What else you have? Go ahead. Do they tell you about the commercial part of it? Go ahead.
The version of Mother's Day has been criticized for having become too commercialized. Jarvis herself, who began the celebration as a liturgical observance, regretted this commercialism.
Right. And so because okay, her intention was this would be almost religious coming out of the Easter and the Lent period. That was her intention. Her intention was this thing that you just honor women with a whole day and you go with the visitation. But of course, the oppressor is the spirit of excess. You gonna go there with no flowers? I could sell you some. You gonna go there with no card? I could sell you some. And before long, Mother's Day is a huge industry. Again, that props up just the oppressor. Mother's Day ain't got no meaning. Even if we celebrate Mother's Day, but what you're celebrating now ain't even the original shit that the woman wanted. You get the point? Go ahead.
Regretted this commercialism and expressed that this was never her intention. In response, Constance Adele Smith successfully advocated for Mothering Sunday as a commemoration of a broader definition of motherhood in many other parts English-speaking world.
Right. So, in short, you could read up on it. They'll tell you little tidbits here and there that might have different details in, the history of it, the commercialism of it. But really, it's an extension of Gaia, Rhea, Maya, Mother Easter, Ishtar. It's the worship of a woman god. And Mother's Day is in the same spirit of the birthdays, because for that day, mommy is God, right? My queen, my this, my that, and she gets everything she wants on that day. The holiday is absolutely satanic, and let you not say Happy Mother's Day to her. First of all, it doesn't even make sense, because she did not become a mother on that day. Like, if anything, your birthday is her Mother's Day. Day you born, she became a mother. So the more kids she have, the more Mother's Days she should have. But you don't want that though. You're not ready for that. You talk like them, the motivational speakers. But you ain't ready for that type of question, that type of conversation. You ain't ready for that conversation, right? You want to keep your one day. You got 4 or 5 children, but you got one day for all of them. You get the point? It shit is retarded. It's absolutely retarded. It's against the Lord, and it's idol worship. It's absolute idol worship, Lord. You're absolutely vexing. All right, give me what they like to pull to talk about to justify Mother's Day. Come on, pull it. Right? You're going to celebrate Mother's Day this weekend. You're just a horrible child, honoring a horrible parent. I'm telling you straight up. Right? And if you're offended by what I say, however, if mother is not horrible, then don't celebrate the day. Right. But if she is horrible, then go ahead and give her a gift, man. She might need it. You might need to gift the horribleness away. Right? You might need to do it, because of course, when she get up in age and you shove her in that nursing home, I thought you loved her. I thought she could stay with you. Go ahead.
So I in high school where this brother out of school, his Mother's Day gift to his mom was drugs.
Listen, come on. She gonna have a good old time. All right, what we have?
It's in Exodus chapter 20, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Right? They pulled this scripture for Mother's Day and Father's Day. Honor thy father and honor thy mother, so that thy days will be long in the land. You don't know the Bible. You don't understand nothing the Bible is talking about. And really, you don't care. You just want to go and buy something and post it on your timeline to show the expensive gift you bought your mother that really you want to take back. You just want to wait till Tuesday till the newness wear off. She's up in age. She ain't going to remember the shit anyway, and you're going to return it. You don't care about the woman. The gifts mean nothing. And you think honoring them is the gift giving. You think honoring them is, you have to remain Christian because your mother was Christian. You got to remain Muslim because your daddy was Muslim. And that's not honoring your mother and father. All right. Give me Ecclesiasticus 3 and 12. Go ahead. Have it? No sweat. Oh shit. Shooting from the hip, my nigga. Go ahead. Nigga, that's pew.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
My son, help thy father in his age.
Say it again.
My son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth.
Keep going.
Verse 13. And if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength.
You understand? That's how you honor your parents. You're gonna have to take care of your parents. And don't despise your parents. Right? Give me to the New Testament also. Stay right here, Barack. I think there's some more, right? Right? Give me to the New Testament where they say it's a gift. What you got?
I had the same thing in the New Testament. Ephesians 6:2. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee. And
that's similar to Exodus. That's not really breaking it down. That's what they used to say. But give me the one in the New Testament where they say it's, and it says, they say this is a gift. Right? Keep reading, bro.
God will come. And if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength. For the
right, because of course, when you're not in your full strength, you just, sitting there gloating and not gloating, pouting. You pouting over the thing, and you just waiting until one day you say it in your mind, you're gonna get old one day. It's all good. You're gonna get old one day. You don't know he keeping something for that. You're gonna get old one day. I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna loosen up that cage. Tell them you fell down on your own. Go ahead.
In this scripture, it's
don't confess no lie. Put us all in on the Rico. We all in on the Rico shot. Oh man, give him a hand out. Good job. Good job. Absolutely dishonoring their father. Go ahead.
It's like, sir, and this is such a part of Christian culture, American culture, to dishonor your father. I remember coming up, my younger brother, my father did something that made him mad. And he was like, what? Like 18. And then he said that, and my father was like, it's today.
It's what we do now.
Pieced him up. I was like,
so let's do this now.
Yeah,
why are we waiting? Yeah. Come on, step outside. Huh? Come on, step outside. Let's do it now. You a man, huh? You a man. And that comes from I.S.U.P. It comes from I.S.U.P. where only the strong survive. So now, at one time, the father was strong and the mother strong, and they have the wealth like Bill Gates in them. And the sons come up, and they want the position, but they can't wait. They don't have the patience to wait. They're selfish. Man, you know what I mean? Make the radio fall in the tub with that nigga, man. Do something. Slacken the brakes. Them is the Menendez brothers, right? What's it called? A family side? That's what they call it? Familicide. They have a name for that type of unaliving. You have homicide. You have suicide. This one is called familicide. When you go and just take them out. They're in the room talking about your badass. You busting there with a shotgun. Say hello to my little friend. And you take them out. You get the point. Now imagine you have that type of people where you had to have a name for that category of, because they do it so much. It's not a one-off. They do it so much. They have a category for they nuts. And that's why, the Lord has given us this as a law in here for us to do, to honor, because the heathens, they don't honor their forefathers and they don't have them like they do. Absolutely pretend like they do, but they don't, man. They don't give a damn about that. Go ahead.
Like I was gonna say, one, I had the precept in the New Testament, and then two, like what always amazed me about these Christians that try to say like, okay, where in the Bible does it say you can't celebrate this and celebrate that, and they looking for it to specifically say a birthday or specifically say whatever holiday it may be, and of course it's like, on the other hand, it's like, okay, well, does it say you can celebrate, these, whatever holiday it's talking about?
Yep.
And, they all let us say, like, you can't buy my love, yeah. So when you talk about honoring, your father or your mother, in this case, you talking about the mothers, we talk about honoring them. It's kind of like, okay, if honoring them isn't what we just read in the Ecclesiasticus, then like you literally trying to buy their love. It's not even it's cheap. Show.
It's cheap. It's
nothing
cheap.
to value. You're not, you know.
You're just doing this because you don't want when they're talking around the office that you just a little too coward to say, yeah, I didn't get her nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I say it, you know. I ain't get her nothing. You ain't get your mother nothing?
Mm-hmm.
No. Why? We celebrate Mother's Day. And they look at me like, I'm like, what's your problem? You buy her a gift, hell. Shit. Go ahead.
You know, and then was even more heavy about what you just said. Like when they find out it's cheap is when they get in that older age. They don't want them damn flowers when they're 80 years old. They want.
That's the other thing. So what?
That's when they get real cheap. That's when they know it's cheap.
At that age, your parents don't want no, flowers and chocolate and shit. They want you to be there to change the light bulb, change the damn what's the thing that keep beeping? The smoke detector battery, change the filter in the furnace, mow the lawn. Do something. Come on, man. At that age, brother, they ain't either they're physically incapable of doing it or just mentally. They done toil their whole life. They don't, they looked after you while having a slavery. You can't look after them. You can't drop in and make sure shit look is right, and you can't go do that. They don't give a damn about no goddamn gift. They don't care about the gift. Listen, they're not going to remember the gift in 3 days. They're not going to remember it, right? And just for the brother Jaheim Exantus, right? Genesis 40 and 20, Matthew 14 and 6, Mark 6 and 21. That's the only mention of birthday in the Bible, and was heathen and Herod. That was the custom of the heathens. If you ever, your grandmother might ask you to show you in the Bible, you could just show her that. You could just show her that, that's not our custom. That's their custom. We don't celebrate birthdays, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, can you say those again?
Genesis 40 and 20, 40 and 20, Matthew 14 and 6, Mark 6 and 21. All right. Hold on. We finished with Ecclesiastes? Ecclesiasticus?
Yeah, I read it down.
Hold on.
No, I'm at verse 14, so like
go ahead.
Verse 13. And if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength, for the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten. And instead of
say that last part.
For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten.
The relieving of your parents. That is what will not be forgotten. Not the gift. The relieving of them, giving them relief, The drinking the damn nasty. You can't go buy a case and tote it up the stairs and give it to them. You know what I mean? They're stretching on different things in the house. The butter container empty. They're scraping plastic because you wouldn't visit them. You wouldn't bring no groceries for them. You wouldn't drop by so people in the neighborhood know that this older person have somebody who comes and checks on them. So no simpleton will target your people. You wouldn't do that, but you think a gift, a card, and a flowers it doesn't help at all. Anymore?
Go
ahead.
Instead of sins, it shall be added to build thee up.
And instead of the sin that you're doing, you already know you're going to get high. You already know you're in that damn strip club. You already know you ain't supposed to be with that man because you have a man in the house. You already know you ain't supposed to be with that woman because she got a man. You're going to buy some damn Mother's Day thing. You're wrong. Instead of that, go relieve your parents. Relieve them. Relieve. Make them happy to see you. I thought I'm going to see some grumpy faces, son. Be like, Mom, what, you ain't happy to see me? No, nigga. Because you don't come around. You don't come. You don't be here. You think a gift gonna do something? They turning around one. They turn this way. Old mama gonna turn this way. You over here talking some shit. She didn't even. Hey, mama, brought you this gift. She over here doing this rocking thing here. And the foot, the foot be moving. The foot just tapping the time. She ain't want to see you. God damn it. Go relieve the woman. She don't need the gift. She needs you to go take care of her, to be patient with her, to stand up and defend her. And they be targeting these older people. the pastor be telling the banks and the companies who are back on this, who is the prime candidate to go sell some horrible ass second mortgage and loan with some high interest something. Whichever company want to come and do some installation or some shit that this old person gonna sign and they don't know what they're signing. Go be there so you could stave off the damn sharks, man. Go ahead.
That pastor we crushed the camp.
Oh.
That quarter for nail. That's how he got his criminal charges for finessing.
Felony charges for trying to hustle a ton of old women and men out goddamn money.
Right.
And a Mother's Day gift. Right. You should have just been there to tell that pastor he a hoe.
That's right.
I don't give my mother nothing though, but I could tell him he a hoe. Right? What else we have, Barack? That's it? All right, give me the one in the New Testament real quick. Damn.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15, verse 4 through 6.
Uh-huh.
Verse 4. For God commanded, saying, honor father and mother.
Mm-hmm.
And he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death.
Right? God commanded, honor thy father and mother. But he that curseth father or mother, let him die the death. What does that mean, cursed father or mother? Where you at again?
I'm at Matthew, chapter 15, verse 4 through 6.
Okay. What does it mean, cursed father or mother? Who knows? Go ahead.
Like leaving and die, like you don't help.
Okay, how was that the curse? Gotta break it down straight for me.
Curse somebody like, well, I hope you die. I can't wait to.
But not honoring them, but not helping them in their time when they need you.
I was gonna say like the curse, like just think about how like how we speak on the curses,
Mm-hmm.
the punishment, like you punishing.
Curses are punishment. So leaving them to die, doing this, doing that is what? This is your way of getting them back. It's brotherhood, it's revenge, it's bearing grudge against your brother. In this case, that's your father or your mother. You get the point? You now want to serve them right for beating me like that for that F I got, or embarrassing me like that, so and so and so and blah blah blah, and you just so self-absorbed and caught. Like something happened at 9, and you just now I ain't talking about some kind of child molestation or something. You get to the point where you could forgive them for that, right? We'll show you how to get that up in here. What I'm talking about is just regular Israelite parenting, and you know that belt is a problem. From the time that they take the belt and just flex it, clap, clap, you start cold sweating and shit, right? You want to get them back for that. Something's wrong with you, right? Something's wrong with you. They tried their best to keep you straight. It wasn't something that they just wake up every day and wanted to do something to you. But they tried their best. And even in that situation, you had to understand for one thing and one thing only. I know we've been back for a week, Salakia. The white man is the devil, the Bible says. You had to understand that thing, right? He is the devil, the Bible speaks of. And oppression on our people will break us out. And your parents was oppressed, you oppressed. Your parents was oppressed, so maybe they mishandled you young. You oppressed, so now you mishandle them when they're old, and your children mishandle you when they're old. And you think you better than your parents, and you're gonna raise up your kids better. You're raising up kids that's worse than how you were. It's a whole cycle because the white man who homeboy trying to save over here is the devil the Bible speaks of. You get the point? He don't care that you don't go relieve your father or your mother, but come back from him to take some gift to her. But he don't care about, this woman needs some help here. He does this, that. He don't care about that, right? He wants you to go pay him the money and give that fake love to your parents, right? Keep reading.
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
But ye say, whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, it is a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me.
No, break that down. Read it again one more time.
Verse 5. But ye say, whosoever shall say to his father or his mother, it is a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me.
Right? But whosoever shall say to his mother or father, it is a gift, by whatsoever ye be profited by me. Is that?
It's like you call yourself rewarding your parents' punishment. Like, no, you earned this. You remember when I was, yeah.
More in the real Negro term, this serves you right.
Yeah, right.
This serves you right. Don't look at me on the bed. Yeah, you ain't so tough now. You ain't so tough. And listen, they're on the bed there. They're just like, you're a punk because you wait this long. I'll sit here in this feces and this piss-soaked diaper, but you waited this long. Waited this long because you're a punk. But you there saying it serves you right because look at what you did to me. Flip them over, yell at them, hit them, do all kind of nonsense to them. This is not going to order well for you. It's going to be a horrible day for you if you do that. You get the point? What happened? Go ahead.
Listen, I was gonna say what you're saying is heavy because all the Christian mothers and all of them that's sitting there watching the stream, like they'll promise something down that they're not what you're talking about. But lo and behold, they doing that same thing. They agree with that's not right. That's not right.
Yeah, let mama don't sign over the big house to them. If they're the oldest child and the house don't go to them, I'm your oldest. That's why I ain't going something. If they're the favorite and they don't get it, I ain't gonna never something. You reach an age with your kids, brother. You damn near how to bribe them niggas. You damn near how to pay them because that's just how this society is. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I remember back in the day they used to show videos of the older people inside of senior citizen home and how they treat them and throw them on the bed.
Oh man.
Show you how they don't honor. Why not just get them out there and senior citizen home?
Listen, man, that's what they need to do.
Right.
They have all these Hamites up in there abusing the hell out of your parents and you don't give a damn. Right? Keep going.
Verse 6. And honor not his father or his mother, he shall be free.
Mm-hmm.
Thus had he made the commandment of God of none effect, no tradition.
Mm-hmm. Right? You thinking now that you better off with them there and you be able to abuse them. You don't make the commandments of the Lord, of no effect. Like the Lord wants you to take care of them like they took care of you. You know what I mean? And you brothers who are kids or have, young nephews and stuff and how to take care of them, just imagine do that on a daily basis in whatever year you was born, in that era, with the same pay grade, with whatever inflation was going on, whatever was going on at the time. You just imagine doing all that shit. And your dumb ass crying over there because you can't watch whatever is on TV or whatever dumb sneakers was out. Just imagine all of that. The same thing you doing now they was doing. You want your child to at least grow up and know that if you down, they got you. The Christian church don't teach that though. They teach you to give a gift on Sunday, but do what the hell you want to do. It's ridiculous. Keep going.
Verse 7. Ye hypocrites.
Say it again.
Ye hypocrites.
Say it one more time.
Ye hypocrites.
If you celebrate Mother's Day,
ye hypocrites.
If you celebrate Father's Day,
ye hypocrites.
If you celebrate birthdays,
ye hypocrites.
You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. That's what you are. You're giving fake love. Everybody like to talk about fake love. I can't love fake love. Mother's Day is fake love. Father's Day is fake love. And birthdays is fake love. You're a hypocrite. You don't love nobody but yourself. Because now the gifts become a competition. Gifts become a competition. You want to get this and that, and you showing up last so everybody can see your big expensive gift, after they done all the cheap gifts done gone. You showing up, oh, sorry, I'm late. Where's Big Mama so-and-so? Right. Look what I got you. She don't give a damn about that shit. Right. They cluttering up her house with all this box and paper and, whatever else. Right? Go ahead. Ye hypocrites.
Ye hypocrites.
Well
did I.S.U.P.K prophesy of you, saying, this people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but their heart is far from me.
That's who you are celebrating Mother's Day. Right. You say you love the Lord. You want to draw unto the Lord near with your saying you're there with your heart. You're saying in there with your lips, but your mind is far from the Lord because He told you not to do it. He told you this is the commandments. I mean, keep reading this, right?
But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
That's a Christian church. In vain they worship the Most High for nothing. In vain, it all doesn't matter because they teach for doctrine. What they teach that's actually good and Christian is and not the commandments of God. In this case, it's the commandments of a woman named Anna Jarvis, some white woman. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, after Emmett Hill, after Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Rosewood, you shouldn't be doing nothing Sally does. Nothing they do. You should be separating yourself from all of them because they teach the commandments of men and not the commandments of God. You're a hypocrite. You understand? Now, go ahead and give your mother, I'm going to tell you, I'll do this class. Sunday, put it on all the TVs. Put it on all the phones. Play it in the house. Lord be with you. With that, pass the class. Go ahead, Salaki. I might be able to get what was the scripture?
It was John 14:1-4. It says, I don't know the scripture. I was told it means we're going to planet. Forgive me if I sound crazy. This is what I was told.
You don't sound crazy. And listen, the Christ said, listen, man, what he's going to prepare for us is ridiculous. You can't even imagine what he's coming with. Run out of time. Either tomorrow's scripture break class, or you could just next week ask it, and somebody gonna break it down for you. All right, right up on the time. Salak your brother, but you're not crazy. And if you are crazy, you're the right type of crazy. You need to be. What city you from? Whatever city you're from, brother. Just type that in on the internet. I.S.U.P.K. Whatever city, whatever state, and call the number, and you could get down to that school and get all the way locked in and plugged in. All right. With that, pass the class over to the priest and officer to God.
Security announcements. We got an I.S.U.P.K. out of One West, 125th Street, New York, under Commander General Yahanna. New rules for brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shut themselves the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8-10. It means tenth in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashra. 10% of every penny or any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department of teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. The upcoming holy convocations, which is the Feast of First Fruits, starts after the Sabbath, unleavened bread, sundown, Sunday, April 9th, 2023, 50 days. Celebrate the 50th day on Monday, 29th, 2023, starts before sundown. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 10-22. Remind Akim and Awatin to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headbands, or scarf. But that I said Haji, which means to stand. While for Yahanna, which means turn and face the east, you're going to say, the Lord spread evil, repeat after me, Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodah. I.S.U.P.K. Yahweh.
Tarayan Masawan, Bal, Shayan Ayon, Rai, Kaya, Maka, Lakwat, Wal, Watapara, Irolamyam, one.
the teacher, and Israel about to Barak.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
How we use the term, since you may say. Ready more time? Yes, it's good.
Yeah.